Joined by former World Cup winner, as well as former Blitzbok player and Sevens player, Bobby Skinstad, who dabbled in a bit of everything whilst he was playing. First of all, thank you so much for giving us your time. Sevens versus 15s. It's, for the layman, it's the same game, and yet so different. Can you just give us a bit of an overview? What's it like running out for a sevens team versus a 15s team, and how difficult is it to adapt?
Sure. Look, it's great to be back and nice to chat. Steve, I think sevens is a game that's evolved so quickly. It's a fantastic game to hone your skills if you're an attacking player. And in particular, we looked at the Rugby World Cup final. Kwagga Smith, was a sevens player for a number of years before he moved across. All three of the outside backs in that Springbok team were sevens specialists before they moved across. Kirkley Arendse was unstoppable as a sevens finishing winger. And I think you got to understand that the game is for the slightly faster, more sort of jackal and tackle and turnover and run kind of players. So you get a lot more of the backs and the loose forwards playing than you would just the pure tight forwards. There's a couple of tight forwards who've played, and Tom Smith, the British and Irish Lions prop, was a famous exponent of sevens, and played for the Scottish national team actually. We've lost him, and may he rest in peace. But he was one of the finest sevens players I've ever seen. He was super fast. He was a prop, but he was built like a sort of a Kwagga Smith, like a strong player. So, I think the important thing to remember is that sevens is seven fast guys. Just three of them in the scrum, the rest are in the backs. And you've got teams like Canada and Great Britain, Ireland, who might not necessarily be out there challenging at a 15s Rugby World Cup, but could knock you over in the blink of an eye in seven. So it's a really exciting clash. We also see a lot of the Polynesian countries dominating. Fiji have been incredible at sevens. They've got two, Olympic gold medals. Samoa, and I even played a test match, a sevens match against Cook Islands. So because there's less players, there's less need for the set pieces that you have in 15s. It's a fantastic open game, and I've said this before. I think I said to you guys last week, it's a really hard game to predict. So I love watching it, and I love the excitement. I think what we see now, especially with HSBC putting in time and effort into the sponsorship, is it's going to get better and better, and it'll become a representative game for a long, long time at Olympics and Commonwealth Games.
Okay, and then in a few words, what was your favorite part of playing sevens when you played?
Well, you got to remember, I played sevens when I was 20 years old till about 23, and we'd only just got started in touring and playing in these tournaments around the world. So the best part for me was touring. I mean, I went to Dubai, to England, Ireland, to Australia, to New Zealand, and played in these incredible tournaments. Saw the world, met friends, played against great players, because there was still a crossover of a lot of players. I mean, we had Andre Venter, Rassie Erasmus, Joost van der Westhuizen, Brayton Paulse, and myself, Peter Rousseau, all playing in the Andre Snyman, all playing in the sevens team that went to Hong Kong, and that year we'd all played in the Springboks team. So we had a bit of crossover of both. The favorite part was definitely touring and seeing the world.
Joined by former World Cup winner, as well as former Blitzbok player and Sevens player, Bobby Skinstad, who dabbled in a bit of everything whilst he was playing. First of all, thank you so much for giving us your time. Sevens versus 15s. It's, for the layman, it's the same game, and yet so different. Can you just give us a bit of an overview? What's it like running out for a sevens team versus a 15s team, and how difficult is it to adapt?
Sure. Look, it's great to be back and nice to chat. Steve, I think sevens is a game that's evolved so quickly. It's a fantastic game to hone your skills if you're an attacking player. And in particular, we looked at the Rugby World Cup final. Kwagga Smith, was a sevens player for a number of years before he moved across. All three of the outside backs in that Springbok team were sevens.
Hello, and welcome everybody to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And it is the game we've been waiting for, Bulls versus Saracens. It is the United Champions Cup. And what a game. What a game we've got. What a prospect of a game we've got in front of us. Because we've got Springboks, we've got World Cup winners, we've got British and Irish Lions players, we've got England captain, well, former England captain, I suppose. He's taking a bit of a break. But, Owen Farrell's busy running out next to Albert Lowe. Jamie George has just run out. There's Michael Vinopola. We see Mario Toja, Elliot Daly. The quality on display tonight is going to be phenomenal. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? I'm not convinced you are, to be honest. I'm not convinced I am. These are the type of games, this game right now, is the reason we went to Europe. As SA Rugby. This is why, we made the switch, because of games like this. And if you can't get excited about this game, you can't get excited about any local game, because it is we're talking about one of the most successful teams in rugby in the Saracens, being down in the corner of Loftus down there, which is, that way, from where I am. And they just run onto the field. So, let's wait. So we're going to go through the teams in just a little bit. There's a bit of a homecoming as well, as Ivan van Zyl, as he comes onto the thing, is back at Loftus. Jan Goosen with ball in hand. We'll go through the teams in just a second. But, as I said, an absolutely mouth-watering prospect of rugby ahead of us, with South Africa's most successful side in the Bulls, England's most successful side in the Saracens. And we do have kickoff as Jan Goosen goes down the left-hand side. And it's ready touch for Elliot Daly, who is in the number 13 jersey tonight. Next to Nick Tompkins, Welsh International. Mario Toja, his first carry of the day. Saracens, by the way, playing in their white kit. Ivan van Zyl brings it back, and he'll go to the box kick for his first kick of the day. And it's going to be contestable here. And Willie LaRue gives it inside to Cameron Harnicombe. And Rose Appear goes on the left-hand side to Albert Lowe. Albert Lowe brought down by Mario Toja and Owen Farrell. Onto the right-hand side. Gerard Stennekamp. A marauding Gerard Stennekamp. And Cameron Harnicombe makes a break. Guess who won? Nakmanamova can't hang on to it. And Ivan van Zyl fires it out towards Elliot Daly. Great pass out from Elliot Daly there. And ball over from Alex Good. And eventually Elliot Daly goes to that left boot of his. Will not find touch though. Willie LaRue keeping things inside. Right, what's he going to do? He's pointing to this now. And he got the offload away to Creel. Creel taps to the inside. And it does bounce just inside. I think it's Alex Good there. Under a lot of pressure from Saracens. What a start this is to the game. Ivan van Zyl fires it inside. Big carry there coming from Billy Vinopola. And I think Ivan van Zyl will look to find touch here. And that's a good touch finder. Right, well, you sure heard some of the names be thrown around here. Let's go through the two teams and let's say exactly who we've got. Right, for the Bulls, it is Gerard Stennekamp, Akafo Namova, Wilco Lowe, Janko Swanepoel, Reynard Ludwig in the tight five. The loose trio is Marco van Staden, Albert Lowe, and young up-and-coming star Cameron Harnicombe. The halfback pairing in Boris Appear next to Jan Goosen, Kane Moody, Kurt Lawrence, Billy LaRue, all Springbok back row. David Creel, who gets the offload away to Kane Moody. Kanan Moody steps on the outside. Kanan Moody still going. Looking for options. Gets the offload away to Stedman Khan, who's at outside centre today. Centre lane start this. And Bruce Pierre going to the left-hand side to Ulrich Lowe, the captain. Now Bruce Pierre fires it up to the right-hand side to Gerard Stennekamp. Right, Vililu at first receiver. Gives it away to Stedman Khan. Stedman Khan to Johan Goossen on the angle. And Johan Goossen to David Kriel. And the Bulls get things underway within 3 minutes. What a start to the game. Goodness me. And it's David Kriel. I'll tell you what, he's been decent form. Been playing some decent rugby. Nothing that flashy as David Kriel, but such a solid player. And this is just great work here. Billy Leroux, ball in behind Stedman Khan. That over there, I think, was a good idea. Not to give it to Kanan Moody. And Jan Goossen just drifting out wide, creating the space for David Kriel, firing up that pass. And the Bulls off to the perfect start. Right, so that was the Bulls starting lineup. On the bench, by the way, we've got Jan-Hendrik Vestos and Pierre Matanzima, Morne Smith, Dion Slabbert, Marcel Kassier, Zach Berger, Jakob van der Walt, and Sergil Peterson. And then off for the Saracens, it is Mako Vinapola, Jamie George, and Alec Carey in that front row. A great kick from Jan Goossen. Mario Toji next to Hugh Tizzard. Jean-Martin Gonzalez, the Argentinian star, next to Andy Christie and Billy Vinapola in that back row. Ivan Fanzel, partners Owen Farrell in the halfback pairing. Sean Maitland, Alex Lewington in the wings. The centres are Nick Tompkins and Elliot Daly. Alex Good at full back. Off the bench, it is Theo Dan, Tom West, Christian Judge, Theo McFarlane, Toby Knight, Alec Davies, Ollie Hartley, and Lucio Cinti, the Argentinian. A restart, and the targeted Billy Leroux has done well, but the ball's coming on the side of the Saracens. Nick Tompkins going back on the inside. Needs to straighten. This tackle just outside the 22. Now good work there. And Owen Farrell kicks it in behind. Not the worst result for them, but yeah, I'll tell you what, talk about a high-octane start here. And a penalty for Saracens right in front of the poles. It'll be interesting to see what the decision over here from Owen Farrell will be. A reminder that Owen Farrell has taken time off of international rugby to focus on his health, his mental health, his family's mental health, and but will be continuing to play for Saracens. So this is his primary commitment over here. And he will be going for the 3 points over here. Zdeno Jacobs earlier saying, go Bulls. Octavia saying, Bulls win anything except Emirates Lions. Yeah, no, listen, the Lions are the GOATs. Eh? So, you know, it's one thing beating a Saracen side. It's a whole different prospect beating the Van van Rooyen Lions. But Owen Farrell, and what a great goal kicker he is, will line up his first attempt of the day. Right, Owen Farrell, 12 seconds left on the clock. And with just a few seconds to go. Yep, turns immediately. It's a good strike, and they cut the deficit down to 4 points. A couple of Saracen supporters in the crowd. Interesting to see. Not quite sure what that means. A little sign there from Owen Farrell. Right down the left-hand side. Once he gets Elliot Daly, he goes straight to his left boot, looking for touch. Will find touch. Not a bad touch find either. I'll tell you what, I'm not quite sure what they've been doing at Loftus, but everything just seems a little bit more... I'll tell you, the United Champions Cup logo over here, it all just seems like quite kind of big occasion here. Akker van der Merwe with ball in hand. What sort of brilliant form he's been in recently. A fantastic signing he's been for the Bulls. And his first line of the day. Cameron Harnicorn being sent away from the line out here. Right, 5-man line out here. It goes to Janko Swanepoel, but it's ball at the top. Wilco Lowe that takes it, and Ambrose Pierre gives away to Goosen. And on the front foot goes Marco Verstaden. Eskom, a little chip over the top from Ambrose Pierre. Kurt Lawrence is underneath this. Right, kick over the top now, and Johanna Goosen looking to try and keep things alive, going down that right-hand side. And really Rudy's coming cover. Does manage to stay in, and then going himself. Ball back inside to Kane and Moody. And Moody wants to try and chip over the top. David Creel. David Creel works for David Creel. He's got Janko Swanepoel for company. He gives it away to Janko Swanepoel. Brought down 10 meters shy of the 22. Aka van der Merwe now following up. Good support there. Jamie George has his hands on the ball. And Ivan van Zyl now comes off his feet. Surely it's knock on first. It'll be a scrum here. Big scrum for the Bulls now. Ivan van Zyl trying to get over that ball, knocking it on. Played plenty of rugby at the Bulls for many, many years. In fact, but this is where he made a name for himself. So it'll feel a bit like home. Although I can tell you right now, just because he's slotted back in here doesn't mean that suddenly he'll be accustomed to the altitude, which will become a factor, although it is quite cool compared to what it would have been a couple of hours ago. Played almost 100 games for the Bulls between 2015 and 2021 when he went to the Saracens. And made 6 appearances for the Springboks back in 2018 while still playing for the Bulls. So fond memories of his time over at Lopsam Shore. And first scrum is going to have a bit of a reset here. So in terms of your front rows, it is Marco Vinapola, Jamie George, Alec Carey up against Gerard Steenkamp, Aka van der Merwe, and Wilco Lowe. So plenty of international stardom involved in these front rows, which should make the scrum a pretty mouth-watering prospect, if we're going to be brutally honest here. Very, very keen to see the scrum battle. In fact, that's just all the matchups. You know, it's Stefan Hunt's playing great rugby. He's got Elliot Daly opposite him. You know, Owen Farrell versus Johan Goosen. Nice matchups here. Cameron Harnicorn versus Billy Vinapola. So, yeah, plenty of cool matchups and reasons to get excited for this game. And so far, well, I'll tell you what, if we can continue to get this sort of pace of play and this energy so far that we've seen, then I think we're in for an absolute thriller. But so for 10 points, and it's going to be a penalty for the Bulls. Decision time now for Howard Lowe, whether he decides to take the points or whether they want to go to the corner and try to be a bit confident. No, they're going to do the sensible thing. This is Champions Cup rugby. They will be taking the points. Jan Goosen has asked for his kicking team. But yeah, let me know where you're watching from, and what do you think? You know, as I said, for me, these are the games that make me really excited about being in Europe. It's to be able to play these kind of teams, this kind of opposition. When you announced when you announced that we moved over, you know, Saracens must be one of those like teams that you very, very quickly think, oh, that'll be the cool team to play against. You know, as your Racings, your Toulons, your Toulouse, you know, your Leicester Tigers. It's a good kick. Your Harlequins, you know, for example. It's a good kick though from Jan Goosen, though, and they extend their lead 10 points to 3. So at the moment, more than a point per minute being scored during this match. Let's see if Saracens have a response to that. Be interesting to see where they go down with the restart. They were targeting Villaroo down the centre. They once again go down the centre towards Villaroo. And it's very well placed, and he gets it very wrong, but the ball does fall backwards off Villaroo, I think, into the hands of it looked like Ulrich Lowe. So Bulls, it's a bit of a tricky restart, but do have possession. And Ambrose Pierre decides not to go to the boot. Goes down Goosen, who fires out to Villaroo. He goes to David Creel. Flings out to Kurt Lawrence. Right now, Kurt Lawrence steps inside of Elliot Daly. Puts in the afterburners, but he's brought down by Lewington. Gets the offload away to Villaroo. Inside to Jan Goosen. To David Creel. To Ulrich Lowe. I tell you what. And he's got to go all the way. What a try that is. Coast to coast from the Bulls. Signed, sealed, and delivered. What a start this is from the Bulls. It's the offload game. It's the support play. It's the Willie LaRue effect. And it's the support play. Yeah, you see Kurt Lawrence, bang. Gets inside one, brought down, manages to get the offload away to Willie LaRue, who's there. Willie LaRue, inside ball, good hands, and then Ulrich Lowe just going and saying, right, Alex, good. Bang! You're not stopping me. He had so many options anyway. Willie LaRue to his left, so this is always going to be a try. That's a great support play, though. Good offloading. Yeah, I'll tell you what. And we're having a TMO. Look at this. Possible forward pass. Well, maybe not so fast. Right, where's this potential forward pass? That's definitely not from Willie LaRue, so it could be this one from David Creel to Kurt Lawrence. No, that's back without the hand. There you go, David Creel to Kurt Lawrence. So say it's definite forward pass. Right, so it's going to actually be ruled out. So David Creel there. So not quite yet. Well, still great rugby. Right, so all the way back to 22, and all of a sudden the Saracens have an opportunity. Right, and Evan Zell going the left side. Inside ball from Owen Farrell. Good work there from Saracens. But Marco Verstaden's all over that ball and wins the penalty. Very, very, very well done. That's a great turn of Marco Verstaden and a very, very important time as well. I'm really enjoying the intensity so far of this game. Back straight up. Good tackle from Ambrose Pierre, and then it's such a position of strength from Marco Verstaden. And they go short to Kirsten Camp. Ambrose Pierre has lost the ball forward, so it'll be a scrum. A bit poor that from the scrum off. A little bit of after here as well. So Tempest flying starting already. Nice and early. Right, scrum here for Saracens. You have a reset. A free kick there from Saracens. Taken from Ivan van Zyl, but not on the mark. So they have to retake that again. All right, Aaron Farrell lifts us high in the air, brings up that old-fashioned torpedo. Villaroo underneath it. Takes it very, very well. Ambrose Pierre goes back to Jan Kussen. Jan Kussen returns the favor. Pretty deep. And good overlaps Aaron Farrell, who keeps it pretty low down the right-hand side into the throat of Villaroo. He's got plenty of time. And that's a decent clearance of Villaroo. Playing the territory game. And a penalty there for Saracens. I think it's offside really at the right, there was the call there. So it's been thrown to Elliot Daly. He's going to try and find a clearance further down the field. Saracens starting to get a bit more into the game. Right, Jamie George goes to Mario Toje. And not straight, not straight. That's not something you see too often from Jamie George. That's a lot of Saracens coaches. Goodness me. God, 12 of them in there. That's mental. Right, another scrum here. And 80 minutes has flown by so far in front of a decent Loftus crowd. I'd like to see what the stand on the near side looks like. Obviously, that's the main stand where you'll see most people. Do 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 do. Right, and Jan Kussen at the back of the scrum there. Got Steban Hans. Steban Hans kicks it through. It's a very nice kick actually from Steban Hans. Really good exit there from the Bulls. Right, so Saracens line out. 54% possession so far for the Bulls. 46 for the Saracens. I believe in a Polar. Off the back. That's to Volko low. Good tackle. Akvanamurva drives him back. And penalty for sealing off as well. Really good pressure there from the Bulls. Right, decision time here. And they're going to go take the 3 points here. Yeah, this is the pressure. That's the thing. They're going backwards and then trying to go backwards, then go off their feet and sealing the ball off there. Yeah, you can see over there Andy Christie very, very clearly not supporting his body weight. He was the one that got pinged. So Jan Goosen on the right-hand side here. Not the easiest kick at goal. The graphic, I don't think, does quite justice. It's far more towards the right-hand side. And he's got struck that pretty well, and will go over. So they open up a 10-point gap now to the Bulls. Very, very good work early on from the home side. Looks like pretty full, actually, over there at Loftus. Zena Jakob saying, we believe in Bulls all the way from Villersdorp. Well, there we go. Welcome from Villersdorp. Just try. Yeah, playing the ball on the ground. It's pretty silly, actually, from Vilko Low. Lost the ball forward and then tried to grab it and bring it back into the ruck, which was playing the ball on the ground. So they conceded a penalty. It's not a particularly good kickoff that from the Bulls. They've actually struggled a bit from the kickoffs, and they've handed the advantage right back to Saracens, who I'm sure will take the points here. Yeah, we'll take the points. So, yeah, high-scoring game so far. 16 points, soon to be probably 19 points within 22 minutes. Yeah, Vinipola just ripping that ball up, and then Vilko, yeah, I just couldn't resist, really. Having a bit of a go and bringing it back in. Unsafe saying, Harlequins fan, love your stream. Well, thank you very much. We'll be live for the Harlequins match tomorrow. It will not be me, but we will be live. And it's a good strike there from Owen Farrell, who adds the 3 extra points. 13 points. What is this whole thing? Is that a symbol to the kids or family, I assume? Fair enough, really. As I said, very testing time in Owen Farrell's career and life at the moment. A lot of bravery being shown by stepping away from the game and from the international game. And I think a lot of people are actually having time to sort of step back and actually realize how harshly treated he has been treated. In the last couple of years. But that's a much better kickoff there from the Saracens. Well taken from Elliot Daly. Good touch finder as well. A lot of experience there. British and Irish Lions player. His 37th appearance in Champions Cup career. How's that, eh? Not bad. Not bad. Certainly only playing 5-6 games a season. It's a bit of a messy line out, and the ball is a penalty, though, for infringing the man in the line out. That's the call there. Juan Martin Gonzalez was on the ball, but just played the man in the air when he was going for the line out, which is where the penalty has come from. And it is against Hugh Tizard. Oh, a shot call from inside the half. Johan Goosen is going to give us a bit of a thump, is he? This should be at least a 55-meter kick on the angle. Marcus Porky says, the linking of his fingers symbol for charity sports. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Interesting to know. Do you know what charity it is? Let's see if we can find out. Actually, now that I look at this, I actually do remember reading about this. Unsafe places. Who do you think will win Champions Cup? Well, it's a pretty big thumb from Jan Koos, and tell you what, he's got the distance, didn't quite have the action. It slides down the left-hand side, but a pretty good kick there. Bit of a wry smile from him, but that is a bit of a warning sign to the Saracens. Although having said that, I think that Owen Farrell and Elliot Daly as well could probably give a decent thump and get some decent distance at altitude here. I don't know. I think Leinster are overdue a win, for example. Saracens will be up there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Offload to Kurt Lawrence. Chip and chase. Not sure it's the right decision. He had a man on the inside. Could have gone to Reynard Ludwig. Why are you chipping and chasing? It's a pretty terrible chip as well. Far too much power on that. But we're gonna have a TMO look at you. I'm not quite sure what they're gonna look at. So it could be a potential penalty. I don't know if somebody's been taken out here. If it's Kurt Lawrence has been taken out, or I don't understand why he didn't go inside around Ludwig. He had them there. He wasn't that far away. He was very much in play. Right. He moves us pretty harsh. Pretty harsh, if you ask me to say he moves. He moves a step at absolutely most. Now the question is it a penalty where the ball lands? Has he been given a yellow card? Or is he just... So, not penalty. Yeah, he has been sin bin as Alex Good. I think that's a bit harsh. Right, so he has been binned. He has been binned. And the Bulls go to the corner. Right, one-man advantage now. Big moment here for the Bulls. Score a try here, and they could be well in charge. Zeno Jacobs reckons that the Bulls will win the Champions Cup. Well, there we go. Although even Jake White's been saying it's unbelievably difficult to win the Champions Cup at the moment. Because you've got to go and play some top teams over there. Pretty good maul defense. So Akafana has to come back inside and loses the ball forward. So Kurt Lawrence has the ball and over the line, but there was a knock on there, so I'll go back for the scrum. I'd like to see that yellow card again. My gut says I think it's a bit harsh. Right, so scrum here for Saracens as we approach the half-hour mark. And a penalty at scrum time for the Saracens as well. So hanging on here, Saracens. Very well timed scrum penalty, that. So, yeah, they've let slip a little bit of pressure there. Ancestors, not a yellow, not playing football. Yeah, I just don't think he even moved that much. I think he pretty much held his ground there. So, yeah, I think it was very harsh. But, hey, what do I know, hey? Nah, what do I know? I'm just, what do you describe myself? I'm just a closet commentator. In fact, this is a pretty big closet. Basement commentator. It's not really a basement. Right, once the call on the stop of the war, and Ivan van Zyl goes to the boots. And this is high in the air. It's Kurt Lawrence, and it comes off of... it was almost a great pass from Owen Farrell. Backwards to the call. Ball over the top, though. Nick Tompkins fires out towards Elliot Daly. Elliot Daly comes back inside. There's Sean Maitland. Saracens on the front foot here. Very good timing there from Alaric Lowe. And they're going to try and hold up Ivan van Zyl. But the ball's come loose and Elliot Daly's done very well to grab it. And now, knock-on advantage for Saracens. So it'll be another scrum. Very good work there from Elliot Daly. And a very stern Jake White looking over. Yeah, it's good work from Daly. Because otherwise, Ivan van Zyl was in serious threat of being held up there. Chris says, are you from SA or England? Pretty damn biased to try and defend a loser like Farrell. Oh, dude, that's such a meh comment. Like, first of all, I've got no allegiance to the Bulls. They're literally my rival team in South Africa. And if you're on the train that don't rate Owen Farrell, then you just don't watch enough rugby. So yeah, deal with it, I guess. Bulls fans are the most triggered. I've found that on the streams. You guys get the most triggered. Like if anybody dares to not like your team, it's like the end of the world. Like you almost threw a good offload. What am I supposed to do? Say it wasn't a good offload. Like, come now. It's a dreadful kick from him, though. Yeah, things are just sort of tapered off a little bit, yeah. So it'll be a 22 dropout, yeah, for the Bulls. 5 minutes left on the yellow card to Alex Good. Right, Jan Coulson going down the right-hand side here. Let's believe in a pole underneath it. And he's tackled by his opposite number, Cameron Harnicombe. Ivan van Zyl. Christie. Well met in the tackle, though. Lost a couple of yards. Fired out to Farrell, to Nick Tompkins. Big fan of Nick Tompkins. I think he's going to be a great player. He is a great player. Now on the left-hand side, Mario Tojo to Farrell. Farrell dabs it in behind. Didn't really see much of a chase there. And Willie Vinipola is there. Makes the tackle on Jan Goosen. Not quite sure where Sean Maitland was. Ambrose Pierre fires to the left side of Wilco Lowe. So, okay. Right, Ambrose Pierre goes to the boot. Kanan Moody's after this. And it almost came off. And instead towards Steedman Gans has stayed inside. And they're not going to bring this one back. Owen Farrell's trying to get across there. But Steedman Gans, well, I tell you what. He's been in such good form recently. And look at that. Steedman Gans, over the whitewash he goes. Getting very used to saying that, aren't we? It's a great try. Good work there from Moody to disrupt it. The ball comes back. But Steedman Gans manages to stay inside. Not sure they're going to have a look to see if he maybe might have stepped out. At this stage, the try is standing and has been awarded. But let's have a look at this. So the ball comes there. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, the referee said it's out. The touchline ref said it's out. So I think he stepped out here. Yeah, so it's been checked out. The trial's been ruled out. The check with the TMO, his foot was out. It was almost brilliant from Steedman Gans. You would have backed him to have done it, wouldn't you, with the form he's currently in? Once the call, yeah. Ivan Foncel goes to the boot. Kenny Mooney underneath it. Takes it on the run. Good work there. Now brings out the goose step. Finding a lot of space. I think it's accidental knock on there. Curtly Orange comes away with the ball though. Yeah, there's a knock on advantage. No advantage, go back for the knock on. Looking for that offload was Kenny Mooney. Very accidental was the knock on. So just a scrum. It's already been half an hour. I mean, that blooming Sharks game dragged on and on and on in that last half an hour. It was dreadful rugby. It's been much better. So Alex Good should be returning to the field quite soon. Haven't really been able to make a count yet so far of the Bulls. In that, I don't think they scored a point. Yeah, so a minute and a half left in their card there, so he'll be returning. And the Bulls don't capitalize now, then they've missed a bit of a trick there. Time off for blood here. A long conversation with the referee here as well, Cologne, Ak van der Merwe, trying to sort of sort out something, a scrummaging issue here from the sounds of it. So Jean-Marc Gonzalez, who's getting a bit of treatment. What a play he's going to be. Star in the making. Right, so eventually we'll restart the scrum, yeah. It will be a Bulls put in and Bro Sapir with the ball in hand on the halfway line, almost at the halfway mark. As we approach half time. Right, free kick. Cameron Honeycomb thought about taking it quickly. And they've called for the scrum here with the Bulls, so they reckon they've got something worked out here about the Saracens. Looking for a penalty here. This on the halfway line will be a good, very much a kickable penalty for Jan Gersten. We know he's got the distance. We saw it earlier. But 5 minutes to go. Less than a minute left on Alex Good's yellow card. Right, Bro Sapir goes on the left-hand side. To Villiers Root, Steban Gans. Brought down by Tompkins. Quick ball from Bro Sapir to Cameron Harnicombe. Bounces off one. Is eventually brought down by Elliot Daly. Now goes to Villiers Root, first receiver. He goes to Jaco Swanepoel. Good take from the lock. On the left-hand side. Now working their way back towards the right-hand side. Villiers Root, first receiver. Fires off to David Creel. David Creel looking for options. Fires out to Jan Gersten. It's a great take by Jan Gersten. He's got up and fighting, but on the 10-meter line, Ambrose Pierre on the left-hand side. Goes to Gerard Stennekamp. Mario Toad trying to get his hands on the ball. Ambrose Pierre sniping, looking for options. Valilaroo, long pass to Kurt Lawrence. On the run, he gets away from Elliot Daly. Kurt Lawrence throws a half-hearted pass, and it's gone back to Kurt Lawrence. So that's worked out all right there. Ambrose Pierre looking for options. Goes to Malcolm Staden down the left-hand side. Jan Goosen, they've got numbers. Oh, that's knock-on from Elliot Daly. Penalty as well. They'll be asking about a card, but I don't think they'll get it. And speaking of cards, that will be the end of Alex Good's card. So we're back to a full contingent. So yeah, the Bulls not really making advantage of that. But a penalty here for the Bulls with 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes on the clock for the first half. What do they do? Go to the corner, go and go for the 3 points here. It's not a particularly easy opportunity. It's on the 10-meter line on the far left-hand side. Doesn't get he's right-footed though, so you can start on the right, bend it in. Tell you what, I think that's more of a yellow card offense than the Alex Good yellow card. Anyway, Bulls go to the front of the line to Janko Swanepoel. Looking to set the rolling more here. Aka van der Merwe joining things at the back of the maul. Now decides to pop it out to Ambrose Pierre. Goes to Steven Gans. Steven Gans runs it straight. Good tackle from Owen Farrell and Nick Tompkins. Ambrose Pierre popping up to Elric Lowe's. Well wrapped up. Good defense so far here from Saracens. Bulls need a bit of go forward ball. Gerard Stennekamp picks up and goes. Makes a couple of yards. It's a bit better. Bit of a fumble. Falls to Reynard Ludwig. Now Ulrich Lowe. Ambrose Pierre. Fires out to Marco van Staden. Back on the angle. Pick up a go from Cameron Harnekom. Working hard, but Christie is doing well. Driving backwards. Reynard Ludwig now. The young lock. Now Steven Gans. Between two players. Janko Swanepoel now. That's a bit of go forward ball. Ambrose Pierre. Good. Wilco Low. Well, Elliot Daly has done well to eventually bring him down. A bit of a mismatch from a weight perspective. And that is going to be a yellow card. That's cynical. And we're going to see a yellow card here. Well, I have seen a yellow card here. Is that Mario Toje? It is Mario Toje. Well, that's a big moment in the game. Penalty right in front of the poles. Mario Toje into the bin. Saracens discipline letting them down here. And one of their key players will spend the next 1.5 minutes of the first half and the next 8.5 minutes of the second half. Albert Lowe, however, is not taking the points. He wants to tap and go here. This is what the Bulls love doing. They love a tap and go. A little bit of a reshuffle. Tap and go. Mark Staden shifts back into Aka van der Merwe. He's just short. Just short. Cameron Harnekom, pick up and go. Is he over? Is there grounding? Janko Swanepoel, is he over? He is over. Yeah, it's just brutality. The brutality of the Bulls. That's old-fashioned ball stuff, you know. We get used to the offload game and stuff, but every now and again they revert back to what they know, which is power, power, and more power. And it's the youngster, Janko Swanepoel, who goes over. Back. This is the problem having all the windows open. The night has come and the bugs are busy taking up residence in my office. We were running for... And the issue there from Jan Goosen right in front. And with 3 seconds left in the first half, Bulls are set to go into half-time with a 14-point advantage, assuming they can take the kickoff and just go into touch, really, would probably be the best idea. Get themselves into the change rooms, have an orange, and get back out there with 14 men, the Saracens. Yeah, you want to try and run the clock down now, trying to go coast to coast whilst Toje's in the bin. Right, over low underneath it. Right, and here we go. He has decision time. Yeah, Bryce Spears going to kick this out. Yeah, there we go. As I kind of thought. Right, well, what a first half. Not sure too many people would have predicted 20 points to 6. The Bulls started like a house on fire, continue the momentum. Saracens, couple of penalties, getting themselves back into it, but also the enemies of their own downfall. 2 yellow cards and a discipline issue at the moment, really affecting Owen Farrell's side. So they'll need to sort that out at half time. We're going to go to a bit of a break. We will see you guys afterwards, so make sure you don't go away. And let me know what you thought about the game in the comments below. And see you guys in a bit. Joined by former World Cup winner, as well as former Blitzbok player and Sevens player, Bobby Skinstad, who dabbled in a bit of everything whilst he was playing. First of all, thank you so much for giving us your time. Sevens versus 15s. It's, for the layman, it's the same game and yet so different. Can you just give us a sort of a bit of an overview? What's it like running out for a sevens team versus a 15s team, and how difficult is it to adapt?
Sure. Look, it's great to be back and nice to chat. Steve, I think sevens is a game that's evolved so quickly. It's a fantastic game to hone your skills if you're an attacking player. And in particular, we looked at the Rugby World Cup final. Kwagga Smith, was a sevens player for a number of years before he moved across. All three of the outside backs in that Springbok team were sevens specialists before they moved across. Kirkley Arendse was unstoppable as a sevens finishing winger. And I think you got to understand that the game is for the slightly faster, more sort of jackal and tackle and turnover and run kind of players. So you get a lot more of the backs and the loose forwards playing than you would just the pure tight forwards. There's a couple of tight forwards who've played, and Tom Smith, the British and Irish Lions prop, was a famous exponent of sevens, and played for the Scottish national team actually. We've lost him, and may he rest in peace. But he was one of the finest sevens players I've ever seen. He was super fast. He was a prop, but he was built like a sort of a Kwagga Smith, like a strong player. So, I think the important thing to remember is that sevens is seven fast guys. Just three of them in the scrum, the rest are in the backs. And you've got teams like Canada and Great Britain, Ireland, who might not necessarily be out there challenging at a 15s Rugby World Cup, but could knock you over in the blink of an eye in seven. So it's a really exciting clash. We also see a lot of the Polynesian countries dominating. Fiji have been incredible at sevens. They've got two, Olympic gold medals. Samoa, and I've even played a test match, a sevens match against Cook Islands. So because there's less players, there's less need for the set pieces that you have in 15s. It's a fantastic open game, and I've said this before. I think I said to you guys last week, it's a really hard game to predict. So I love watching it, and I love the excitement. I think what we see now, especially with HSBC putting in time and effort into the sponsorship, is it's going to get better and better, and it'll become a representative game for a long, long time at Olympics and Commonwealth Games.
Okay, and then in a few words, what was your favorite part of playing sevens when you played?
Well, you got to remember, I played sevens when I was 20 years old till about 23, and we'd only just got started in touring and playing in these tournaments around the world. So the best part for me was touring. I mean, I went to Dubai, to England, Ireland, to Australia, to New Zealand, and played in these incredible tournaments. Saw the world, met friends, played against great players, because there was still a crossover of a lot of players. I mean, we had Andre Venter, Rassie Erasmus, Joost van der Westhuizen, Brayton Paulse, and myself, Peter Rousseau, all playing in the Andre Snyman, all playing in the sevens team that went to Hong Kong, and that year we'd all played in the Springboks team. So we had a bit of crossover of both. The favorite part was definitely touring and seeing the world.
joined by former World Cup winner, as well as former Blitzbok player and Sevens player, Bobby Skinstad, who dabbled in a bit of everything whilst he was playing. First of all, Bobby, thank you so much for giving us your time. Sevens versus 15s. It's, for the layman, it's the same game, and it's so different. Can you just give us a bit of an overview? What's it like running out for a sevens team versus a 15s team, and how difficult is it to adapt? Right, and we're back. Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the show. It is Bulls 20 points, Saracens 6. What a first half of rugby we did have, and I don't think too many of us expected the Bulls to be in this kind of position. Very, very impressive first half from the home side, who are playing against a 14-man Saracens side for the next 8 minutes or so, with Maury Toje being binned towards the end of that first half, and so a big opportunity for the Bulls to really put more pressure and early pressure onto the Saracens, as the Owen Farrell does get the second half underway, and Albert Lowe takes it well. But not a great start there. It's a penalty to Saracens, right, people? Before we get going, we asked at the beginning of the show who will win the game. 182 votes. Everybody reckons the Bulls will, which is probably slightly skewed by the fact that obviously they were scoring trial stuff while that poll was still out. So I want to know if you guys have any poll suggestions, what sort of questions shall we ask? And has Owen Farrell kicked that dead? I think he has indeed. Oh, that's not a good start to the half. Would have been the perfect start to the half for the Saracens if they got a 5-meter line out and mauled it over. Right, there we go. So the restart from Jan Coulson goes down the right-hand side to Owen Farrell. He's got Christie and Elliot Daly. This is high in the air for the 3 to chase, and this is going to descend upon Willie Leroux. So it's Jan Coulson, and the ball spills backwards to Willie Leroux. He's under a lot of pressure here and needs a bit of support. The support does come. And Bruce appears asking for a couple of people to peel around the right-hand side, and he will go to the big man, Wilco Lowe. Using those massive thighs of his to get over the advantage line. Ambrose Pierre lifts it high in the air. There's a tester for Alice Good, who had the yellow card in the first half, and the ball falls back to Ivan van Zyl. He gets them on the front foot. And Billy Vinapola now, being brought down by Reynard Ludwig as well as Marco van Staden. A reminder that there's Maury Toje, who is currently in the bin. And will serve the next 6 or so minutes there. Right, Elliot Daly dabbing the ball in behind. Bouncing up just in front of Leroux. Throws it back inside to Jan Goosen. Nice little spiraling pass. They look pretty cool. And Jan Goosen will look to find touch. It's a great touch finally. But Owen Farrell will take it quickly. And then it runs around good. Good work there from Owen Farrell. Throws it out to Sean Maitland as well. That was pretty good, good work there from the Saracens. Now they go down the blind side. Jean-Martin Gonzalez, he loves to find themselves in those sort of channels. Now Christie offloads to Farrell. Farrell looking for options. Goes short to his mate, Jamie George. He gave a pretty good interview yesterday about Owen Farrell. Now Owen Farrell goes to the boot. Lewington is there. It's a good take from Billy Leroux. Pops it up to Cody Lawrence. So he managed to hold on to it. Right, Cody Lawrence down the left-hand side. He's got support in the form of David Creel. Ivan van Zyl on the inside. Ball. That's a great... Oh, has he got his hands up? He pops it up to Jaco Swanepoel. Wow, what a try. What a start to the half. And Jaco Swanepoel's second. Goodness me, that was good. Well, I'll tell you what, you don't really think of Jaco Swanepoel as being a big try scorer, but it's the second of the day, much like Evan Etzebeth, who grabbed a brace today. What a try that was. Goodness me. Massive pass back inside from David Creel. Almost fumbling at Jan Coulson, who then has the presence of mind to look up. And Jaco Swanepoel, great support line there. That's just effort. It's just work rate. What a try. The skill set that this Bulls side have is very impressive. It's really refreshing to see a Bulls side throwing the ball around. We are having a look at something here, I think. to see if maybe that try was in fact potentially forward, maybe. And it was. Forward pass, disallowed. Pity. This is the forward pass. This is the second time that I think David Creel has been guilty of throwing a forward pass. It's a massive pass. Yeah, it probably does drift slightly. Yeah, probably does drift slightly forward. Which same, old eyes and small screen make it difficult to see the elapsed time on the clock. Can it be done different brighter color? Yeah, we've been trying to work on it. It's a bit difficult because that's kind of how we get it. But we'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, it's a difficult one, but we're trying. We are aware of it. We are looking into it. So unfortunately, we do get it like that. So it's not that simple to. Unfortunately, it's not just a big of a button to change the color. But we will look into it. Thanks for raising that. Anyway, scrum again. So Saracens survive. Huge scrum though, and that's a massive, and that's what happens when you don't have Mario Tojo in your pack. You know, you're a man down there. Nick Tompkins is on the flank there, but you're missing a lock. You're missing your tight head lock as well. And the Bulls have just absolutely steamrolled Saracens, won the penalty, and they're going to go to the corner here and keep up this pressure. Mario Tojo will be off for another about 3 minutes, I reckon. Good take from Ludwig, but it's good with more defense so far from Saracens. You have pushed the Bulls back a few yards. Use it as the core here. Need to try and peel off. Does Akpanamova? He does, but I think, he's gotten himself away. He's just short. Good work there from the hooker, but he's fallen inside very isolated. So a penalty to the Saracens yards. Well done. Needed to use that. And I don't know who the man on the ball was, but it's a very well worked penalty. Once with the core here from Saracens as Jamie George presents it to Ivan van Zyl. And it's pretty well set here as the more up to 10 meter line. Yeah, I think they should use it. They do use it. Ivan van Zyl goes to Nick Tompkins, pops up to Owen Farrell. Long pass out wide towards Alex Good, who then decides to go to the boot. Billy LaRue's got Kurt Lawrence of a company, goes inside to Kurt Lawrence. Now Kurt Lawrence, look at the pace. Oh, it's going to be try time. Has to be try time. Out towards Kanan Moody. Owen Farrell doesn't have the pace. Oh, what an ankle tap it is, but he's not going to stop him. Kanan Moody's going to go over. And Kurt Lawrence devastating on the counter-attack, as usual. It was a great ankle tap for Owen Farrell. Unfortunately, nobody else around from the Saracens players to dive on Kanan Moody at the time to be able to get up and dive over. And this is all Kurt Lawrence. The counter-attacking prowess he's got. The way he just sees... He first got the turn of pace. Bang! Inside of Nick Tompkins. Sees that space. He's always going to get away from Jamie George. And over here, you're thinking it has to be try time. Owen Farrell getting across. Puts in the late dive and gets the ankle tap on Kanan Moody. And if there were a couple of Saracens players further back, might have been able to stop him. Bulls starting to run riot here against the Saracens. I don't think anybody would have predicted this result. And Hurston, what a kick that is. It's a great kick. As the 2 extras. And the Bulls go 27 points to 6 as the Saracens go back to a full contingent with Mario Toje back on the park. I think. Should be. Yeah, he's back on the field. Right, so the restart comes from Aaron Farrell on the right-hand side. There is a Mario Toje. And Albert Lowe underneath the kickoff there. Mario Toje making the tackle. And there is a substitution for the Saracens. It looks like Theo McFarlane's on, which means I assume Hugh Tizard has gone off, just given the fact that Mario Toje is still on. And turnover ball here for the Bulls. Ambrose appear taking too long. Yeah, I like that. I like that actually from the referee. Ambrose appears saying he couldn't hear, but we don't see as often enough. It takes far too long for the ball to come out the ruck, and the referee said use it. Ambrose Pierre didn't use it, so the referee says, "Right, cool, bang, turnover, there's scrum." I like that. I like that. We need more of that. Actually, we want to try and quicken up the ruck speed. Yeah, we need to start policing it properly. We're gonna have a reset here. Should be a lot more competitive to the scrum with Mario Toje back in. It's a full scrum now for the Bulls, for the Saracens. What a long day. I think my first last year was like 12. And some sevens, bit of footy, bit of ruggers. Penalty advantage. I believe Vinipola firing this out to Nick Tompkins. Inside ball to Lucio Sintes onto the park. And then that's gone off his feet. I believe Vinipola. And you can see the penalty. I'm a big fan of Lucio Sintes. I think he's going to be a special player. I think that he's 23 years old, plays outside centre. I think that he is going to be very, very special. I've liked everything I've seen. You can have a look over here at this to see if there's actually might be foul play. So there's actually might be. I mean, this is another yellow card, and this is a joke, really, from Saracens to have 3 yellow cards. Horrendous discipline, absolutely horrendous. Got to do better than that. Well, this could be a red card, you know. He's gone pretty recklessly off his feet as well. This is really careless there for Billy Vinipola. As well off his feet at shoulder first, it's reckless. Right, so the only thing that's going to save him, is it glancing contact or is it like full-on contact? That's the only thing that's going to save him at this rate. But I think he's in trouble. And red card. Oh my word, this has been an absolute shit job. from Saracens. I mean, goodness me. That's 2 yellow cards and a red card. They would have played now. That's going to be half an hour. 50 out of the 80 minutes with 14 men. And this could get very, very ugly. Yeah, it's going to be a long night for Saracens. Reckless from a player of that experience as well. You know, no need for it. And now the Bulls, let's bring in their step, and the man advantage will look to really exploit the Saracens here. David Creel. And interesting to see how Saracens adapt now. No number 8 is quite an important player to lose. Take there from, I think it's Lewington. But this could get very, very ugly if this starts to get out of control. From Mazel, and Huston gives it inside of Billy LaRue. Billy LaRue seeing a bit of space. Brought down by John Martin Gonzalez, but gets the offload away to Albert Lowe. Jan Huston, that's a very good tackle. It's got straight into the Elliot Daly. Oh, turnover ball. Yeah, Lucio Sinti gets away from one. Aaron Farrell now. It's good work here. Much better work here from the Saracens. With a go forward ball. Van Van Sales were taking off the ball, but nothing forward. I think it was just an accident. Right, Jamie George pops it up to Vinapola. The one that's still on the field as Mako. Now Mario Tojep shifts it to... and it's lost forward. Wilco Lowe turns the ball over here. Forward off of Theo McFarland. So we're looking at options. Decides to dab it in behind. That's not the worst idea there. So is Lucio Sinti playing on the wing here? I'd like to see... I'd prefer to see Elliot Daly in the wing and Lucio Sinti in the centres. Right, a couple of changes here for the Saracens. As Ivan van Zale departs. So Alan Davies is on. Richard's saying that the Bulls don't trample them now. It's their own fault. 3 cards, some slow poison. Yeah, really silly by Vinny Benapola. Yeah, just off his feet there. There was contact to Cameron Honeycomb. He was okay. And we've got Zombie ringing out around Loftus. Right, so we resume with the Saracens line out. As they try and desperately find their way back in with 40 men. Oh, that's a huge tackle on Nip Tompkins coming from Markov and Staden. Davies skipping out and Owen Farrell going to Elliot Daly. Slightly isolated. Owen Farrell goes to the boot on that right-hand side. Not too many chasers. So Curtly also got a bit of time. It's a good tackle on him, though. Coming from Lucio Sinti. Now burst Pierre to Villaroo, to Jan Goosen. Starts to go himself. And left behind by Stedman Hans. And Cameron Honeycomb going to the boot. Could be a tackle off the ball. It could be a... Yeah, see, this is the problem. The Saracens' discipline has been dreadful. Dreadful, 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 dreadful. Yeah, and a warning here to Owen Farrell just to try and reel his troops in because, yeah, it's now tackled off the ball. So the Saracens discipline has been absolutely appalling. Elliot Daly now at risk of getting carded. Andrews Becker having a chat with Jake White. So another penalty to the Bulls. I mean, the penalty count must be dreadful here. What are we looking at, yeah? How are those stats looking? Look at the penalty count. It is currently, where's the discipline? Yeah, 9 penalties conceded by Saracens, 2 yellow cards, a red card. 6 penalties conceded by the Bulls, 0 cards. Bit of a difference, isn't it? Right, Bulls up to the halfway line. Although the official count over there says 10 penalties for the Saracens, so that probably just hasn't picked up the latest and latest one. Akvan Merva goes over the top to Overflow right at the back. The ball comes loose, and Malcolm Verstappen jumps onto it. Christie makes a good hit, but Malcolm Verstappen powers through a couple of meters. Brosa Pierre goes to the boot, lifts it high in the air. A couple of players circling underneath, including Kane and Moody, and Maitland comes forward of Maitland and falls to Ambrosia Pierre, who gets on the outside. Eventually brought down by his opposite number. And Cameron Harnicorn goes into number 8. There's a little fill in there. Ambrosia Pierre is now up and goes to Volko Low short. There's an advantage for the Bulls, knock-on advantage though. And they've pulled off Volko Low's shirt. Well, the crowd wants to see it, don't they? Now Villaroo, little cross kick in behind. Curtly Orange, slightly overcooked. Well, actually quite well overcooked, to be fair. And the penalty advantage, or it wasn't a penalty advantage, it was knock-on advantage is over. And never a red. Definitely a red. I think that's pretty easy to give as a red. Considering what Ruben Skuman got did for last weekend, it's definitely a red. It was stupid by Vivian Bonipola. There was contact to the head, out of control, off his feet. There was no mitigation whatsoever you could find. Anyway, ball over the top towards Villaroo. Well taken. He's been good under the high ball tonight as Villaroo. Now Steman Hans doing a bit of work near close to the rack. I'll tell you what, Brosa Pierre's boots are sick. Those Adidas ones, they're Predators. Good take, good tackle. Ball's been ripped. Nick Tompkins fires it out towards Jamie George, and Owen Farrell fires it out towards Elliot Daly, who's a bit of space. Now, Lucio Cindy's got a bit of space on the right-hand side. Really makes a tackle, he gets it inside to Jamie George. Jamie George is slightly isolated. Support eventually does arrive. Owen Farrell has slipped and actually picked up the ball on the ground and managed to get the offload away. That's a good offload. Can he hold on to it? He can hold on to it. Great handling this by the Saracens. Off his feet there with the Bulls. So penalty right in front, and that's a bit better from the Saracens. That's a bit better from Owen Farrell. They're about 10 meters out now, Saracens. Marcel Garcia onto the park, by the way. Back from his ban. They go to the front of the line, and doesn't manage to get down, so it'll be a penalty advantage here. Jean-Martin Gonzalez, the man that went up and came, or wasn't allowed to come down. Jamie George goes to Davies. Good offload there. Farrell. And it's intercepted by Kane and Moody, but there was a penalty advantage. So they'll go back for the penalty, and they'll be able to get even closer to the try line. We also have a 5 meter line out. Right, shall we go on the 5 meter line here? Jamie George, ball in hand. I wonder if we'll see Theo Dad. You know, I mean, the England base just left him on the bench for like the entire World Cup. And it's a bit of a hack there from Yanka Swanepoel as the ball comes loose. Jamie George does manage to dive onto it, though. So Saracens still with the ball. They've lost a couple of meters there, a bit of momentum. Fires it out towards Makavinapola. Strong carry from him. Very strong carry from him. That's a bit better, getting a bit of momentum. Now Christie, big tackle on him. The 3 Bulls players there all lined him up. Davies popping up on the short side to Jamie George and around the fringes. Owen Farrell fires out a pass to Sean Maitland, comes back inside. Kane Moody there to make the tackle. Now Jean-Martin Gonzalez, the first receiver, pops it up to Christie. Sorry, McFarlane, in fact. Makavinapola, show and go. Good tackle on him from Wilco Lowe and Reinhard Ludwig. Now Davies to Nick Thompson, first receiver, to Farrell. Short ball to Elliot Daly. Good read there from Ambrose Appiah. Good retention this from the Saracens, but not really getting much go forward ball. Jean-Martin Gonzalez. Good going short to McFarland. But all the way back towards the 22s. Lost a lot of momentum here. Nick Tompkins inside ball to Lucio Sinti. Look for the offload. That's a very good line run by Christie. Looking for the offload as well to McFarland. A couple of Saracens players have managed to get through a bit of a gap and just no one there to offload to. Owen Farrell keeping... Oh, that's a great pass. Ball over the top from Alex Good. Elliot Daly. Elliot Daly. That's a good finish as well. It is a good finish. It was well done by Owen Farrell. Just delayed that pass slightly, which got Alex Good in front of a couple of players, and then just fired out to Elliot Daly. He still had a decent amount of work to do. It's a good finish in the end. Yeah, you see that over there. Watch, sees that Jan Corson's come off his line, just delays his pass slightly. It's very well done. It's very well done. It must be said. You got to admit when there's some good play, and that was a good try. And also, you know, credit to the Saracens for not going away, actually, since their red card. Kind of has galvanized them a little bit, in fact. And plenty of booing around the stadium from the Loftus faithful. Pretty difficult to attempt this from Owen Farrell, and it's going to go well right. Right, down the right-hand side go the Bulls from the restart. "17 minutes left on the clock. 27 points to 11. That was Saracens' first try of the evening. And the ball comes back off a couple of Saracens player. Forwards of Belarus. So back to the Saracens. And Farrell popping up there, and Alex Goodson with a space on that right-hand side. It bounces once before Jan Goosen. He's got a bit of time. Leaves the safety to this 22, though. And he's tried for that 50-22, but it's eventually gotten back there from Nick Tompkins. Done a long pass out to Owen Farrell. He's got a bit of time. Looking to find a decent clearance. Great clearance. Up towards the Bulls' 10-meter line. Very, very good clearance there from Owen Farrell. Barking out instructions to his team who, have been very, very, very sloppy tonight. This discipline at the end of the day. You can't have 3 cards and expect to win games. As I said, ironically, they look better since they believe in a polo red card. They've definitely tried to up their ante a bit, but the game was pretty much gone already. And advantage here for the Bulls. I don't know if it's a knock-on advantage or a penalty advantage, but a penalty for the Saracens. So never mind. I don't think it was an advantage. I think he was just telling players to the line wasn't complete yet. I think that's where we were at there. So another penalty for Saracens. Yeah, can you imagine a bit of a comeback? Could make life a bit interesting. And into the 22, the Saracens go. And another penalty. Marcel Garcia trying to get over that ball. And they're just going to get even further. Right, so Saracens on the doorstep here. They've definitely woken up since that red card. Right, well, I asked if he's going to come on. He is on. Is Theo Dan? Good line there from Saracens. But a penalty for obstruction. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, just when things were starting to look a bit better for them, they conceded a penalty, a silly penalty for obstructions, really. Do. Right, Kieran Cup makes way for Sapir Matanzima, as does Bro Sapir for Zach Berger. It's a couple of changes now for the Bulls. Good take that from Janko Swanepoel. And same thing. That's what the referee said. He said exactly the same thing, and he's penalised the Bulls now for obstruction. So who else are we going to see from the Bulls? I'd like to see Jakob van der Valk here, a decent round out. I don't see why not. I reckon you can see Jan Hendrik Wessels on pretty soon. The game is, I said more or less, it's 16 points. I would say it's completely done. It's really in the balance. This is pretty much job done. For me, you probably could start to take some players off and start protecting a few players if you wanted to. And there comes the Hendrik Wessels. But it's been stolen from the Bulls, and Andre Vessels gives it away to Marcel Coetzee, who runs into his fellow flank replacement, Toby Knight, and turned over the ball here from Saracens, though, and Theo Dan showing his pace and power. Explosive players, Theo Dan, but he's lost it forward. No advantage. Holding on, I think there's a penalty advantage here for the Saracens. And he's asked for the captains here. So Albert Lowe could be in for a bit of a talking to. Right, once again, they go to the corner here to the Saracens. Going to get this right, though. Both teams have just been penalised for obstruction. You go to Mario Toje, and the ball's come loose, though. Play advantage, though. So I'll tell you what, I think the Bulls, Owen Farrell's gone with a cross kick to Sean Maitland. It's been brilliantly wrapped up by Billy LaRue. No penalty advantage there. I'll tell you what, I think one of the Bulls players could be at risk of going to the bin here. Yeah, as I said. Number 4, Jaco Swadepoel. Right, well, it'll be 14 on 14 for the last 10 minutes. So, yeah, now the Bulls has been starting to come up to catch up to them. Mario Toja takes it pretty well set here. Use it as the core. And they're just short here, Saracens. Pretty flat to Elliot Daly. He wasn't really expecting it. Does actually well to hold on to it in the end. Now space out wide. Owen Farrell pops it up to Alex Good. Penalty advantage here for Saracens. Ball over the top. Back inside. Goes Sean Maitland. Still penalty advantage here. Now Theo McFarland reaches over. Try. Well. Yet another twist in the tail. Yeah, Saracens yet staging a bit of a comeback. The Bulls down to 40 men, so the numbers are square. Being charred by every single bug on the friggin' planet here. Owen Farrell off the crossbar. He's left points out there, Owen Farrell. That's 4 points he's left out. So 20 points to 27 could be quite interesting. So you're frustrated by that. Hasn't been the easiest chances, but he's a better goal kicker than that. Right, Jan Kirsten going down the right-hand side. 8 minutes left. Can the Saracens get a losing bonus point if they were to score another try? It'd be pretty impressive, actually, given the fact that they were well out of this game. There he's going to the boot. Well taken there from Villaroo. So we enter the last 7 minutes of the game. And a knock on there. So another opportunity for Saracens to with the scrum. Right, I think that's Nick Tompkins making way for Ollie Hartley. Yeah, so it is Hartley on. Interesting to have basically 2 centers on the bench here for Hartley to also play at that 10. So that's the final substitution there from Saracens. For the Bulls, they've actually been many subs. Dion Slavit's still on the bench. Cyril Peter's still on the bench. Van der Walt still on the bench. Mornay Smith still on the bench. So he has been putting a lot of work into Wilco Lowe. He's been playing a lot of... he played 480 the other day, which you very rarely see from a tight head. And there he comes, Mornay Smith. A little 6-minute cameo. That looks pretty unstable, and the referee's going to ask for a reset. Just 6 minutes to go. Saracens scrum inside their own half. So a long way to go to the Bulls' try line. But if they were to get there, can get themselves within 7 points. And we're the losing bonus point, which would be pretty impressive. Right, Davies on the right-hand side. Owenfeld fires it out. Elliot Daly. Sinti out on the wing there. Up to the 10-meter line. Now Owenfeld to Elliot Daly. From one side of the field to the other. Looking to try and exploit the width there. Dan comes in the inside. Gets the offload as well to Sean Maitland. Great offload there from Theo Dan. And that's a brilliant penalty. I think it's Cameron Harnican that's won that. That's very, very well played. Saracens with the tails up, looking pretty good. He's just slowed everything down there with that penalty. Out of nowhere, hey? Cameron Harnican, and all of a sudden, it's just tearing it up, really. He's tearing every competition up. Really? The one that kicked to touch? So the 5 minutes left to go. It's been a long day. Been a long day. And we'll be back live tomorrow with plenty of ragas. In case you're wondering, our schedule looks like the following. We'll be live for the sevens throughout the day. And you will have... who are you going to have? So we are tomorrow. Here we are. Quarterfinals will be with Carl. You'll then have the semi-finals being done by Roots. And we'll confirm who the final was. And we'll be live for the Rochelle versus Leinster game. Leicester Tigers versus Stormers, as well as Racing versus Harlequins. So all of that, looking forward to that tomorrow. And Hendrik Wessels now going a bit of a charge. Could the Bulls yet have the final say and score a late try to try and find a scoreline that more reflects the dominance of the full game? David Creel, standing start. And that's offside against Jan Hendrik Vessel. So it'll be turnover ball for Saracens, who will make the way back park down. I think, and David Creel having a go at Sean Maitland. Do, 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 do. Right, player of the match, Cameron Harnicombe, 8 carries, 39 meters gained, 7 defenders beaten. As I said, a star on the rise is the youngster. Very, very talented, very exciting prospect. Looks a complete player, really. Right. Hartley on the front foot here for the Saracens. Theo Dan looking to run it up. He's been full of energy since coming on. Owen Farrell going to Hartley, and it's a pretty poor pass. And it goes forward, and it'll be a scrum. Elliot Daly shouting at Hartley for, I think, that pass. Now you see Elliot Daly absolutely laying into Hartley, saying you got to do better, which is true. Does need to do better. But yeah, last 2 minutes, people. It's been thank you for the company. As I said, we will be live tomorrow throughout the day. So do go and show your support and your love for the likes of Carl Roods, Dan the Man, who will all be on tomorrow. Another long day of rugby coverage ahead, but it's always worth it with you guys. Always good fun. Care December is into full flow. Barnes to the Bulls here, going to the last minute. Will they have the final say? Kane Moody at first receiver. It's a horrible pass to young person. They'll go back for the penalty. All right, so the Bulls have one last opportunity before we wrap up. Decent kick that from Vinny LaRue. Right, the clock does turn red. So this will be the final play of the game. What a game it's been. A very weird game. Lots of cards, 4 of them no less. 3 of them to the Saracens of different colours. Angus Sonopol's back on, by the way, for the final push there. So it'll be 15-14 for the final few seconds of the game. Moore's gone down, yeah. Available for Zach Berger. David Creel. Look at the bonus point show of the Bulls. Right, Zach Berger going to Ulrich Lowe. Good defense there from the Saracens. Big counter rack as well. Plays the call. Zach Berger goes to Marcel Coetzee. Marcel Coetzee. Strong carry from him. Pick up and go from Jan Hendrik Wessels. Mario Tojo looking to get his hands on the ball. Matanzima now, making a yard or two. That burger goes to Marcel Garcia. On the shoulder of Elliot Daly. Playing in the scrum after the record, but Bulls still have it. Zach Berger's fuming. Out low. On the right-hand side. Quite a lot of space on the left-hand side. They want to use it, I think. They're looking to keep it tight. They go to Superior Matanzima. Right, now they go to Villaroo. Goes Steban Khans. Steban Khans straightens. And wins the penalty. Poor breakdown work. Right, and the Saracens will also want to keep playing because they want to try and get a losing bonus point here. So they'll keep playing either of these side as long as they can. Right, Hojo down to Paz Davies. Hardy pops it up to inside ball. It's a great run being run by Lucio Sinti. Lucio Sinti. The ball comes loose off the boot of Hamanakorn and back. Forced to Elliot Daly. Now to McFarland. Now Theo Dan. Theo Dan with the pace. Theo Dan still going. Eventually brought down by Janko Swanepoel. Good work there from the hookup. Now good goes to Owen Farrell. There's space here. There's space. Drawn pass. He's left the ball behind. And that will be it. Right, final score. Bulls 27, Saracens 16. Good game. Almost, I wouldn't say throw it away, but allowed Saracens to come back into the game there, did the Bulls. Good commitment being shown by Saracens after going down to 40 men with that red card. But people, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. It was a very good game. And lived up to his billing, I reckon. People, please do smash like on the video on the way out and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you.